Hello friends, here we will see the work of Isaac Asimov named as Someday. If you did not subscribe my channel, please subscribe for more videos like this. The author Isaac Asimov, born on January 2nd, 1920 and died on April 6, 1992. He is an American writer and professor of biochemistry. Someday is a science fiction short story. What we are looking the work Someday is a fiction which is related to science and it is looks like a short story also. There are two characters in this short story, Niccolo Masday and Paul Loeb. And here there is a teacher named Mr. Doherty. It is a short story or a fiction related to science between these two characters. August 1956 issue of Infinity Science Fiction. This work someday was issued or published in the magazine named Infinity Science Fiction in the year of 1956. Other than that, it was published in many other magazines like Earth is Room Enough in the year of 1957, The Complete Robot in the year of 1982, Robot Visions 1990, and The Complete Stories Volume 1 1990. The story is set in a future. It says about the upcoming days or future days. It related to nowadays, but this work was published nearly 70 to 80 years ago. In the sense, it was published in the year of 1956 but related to 21st century, the modernism. Computerization. Nowadays, we are knowing what is the use of AI, artificial intelligence, robotics, and computerizing. But in those days, nearly 70 to 80 years ago, it was big surprise for everybody. But he thought too forward in the sense. Before my work reaches to the readers, the robotics will rule this whole world. It was the opinion of the author of this short story. It is a futuristic short story. Here computers also plays central role. Nowadays, each and every sector of human life we use computers in banking, in industries, in business, everywhere computer showed its capacity. Moreover, AI or artificial intelligence covered each and every aspect of the life. If we think about 2000 or 2020s or 30s, AI or computerization and robotics is not a big matter. But nearly 70 to 80 years ago, if a person think about all these, he is a really great person. Such great work done by Isaac Asimov. If we come to the short story, there are mainly two characters, Niccolo Masday and Paul Loeb. They were operating a computer. These two characters learnt about computers, how to upload the things or feed the documents to the computer, and what is the basic language of those. These are learnt by these two characters. They used to feed many stories to the computer. In this story, they used a computer named Old Bard. Old Bard, a child's computer. Two characters of this story, they wanted to upgrade their Old Bard computer. So they wanted to feed some new document like fairy tales. If you take a computer, it's related to exactly a sector. For example, business computer which relates to business and banking which makes accounting, tally, those works. Like that, the computer which is used by these two characters like Old Bard is expert in fairy tales. The boys download a book about computers into the Bard's memory. The boys, those who are characters in this story, they like to download a book about computers into the computer memory. Into that Old Bard computer is there, right? Into that memory they wanted to feed them. The work is related to 1956. But nowadays, this computer uploading or feeding the work or downloading any aspect is not a big matter. But in those days, 1956, it's a big surprise or a big miracle. Such work is done by these two characters. They were having doubt related to computer. So they thought to go to library to learn Swiggles. Swiggles is a secret language code which is related to computer. They want to upload a new new ideas or stories or new knowledge to the computer by using those swiggle secret codes. While moving towards the library, among them one boy accidentally kicks the bar's on switch. Unknowingly, he kicks the bar's switch. Bard is a computer here. Accidentally, unknowingly, among them one boy kicks the bard's switch. What happened? The bard begins reciting a new story. Bard created its own story. Bard is a computer here. It's reciting a new story. What is the story about? The little computer knew then that computers would always grow wiser and more powerful until someday. These sentences are words told by computer. Very surprisingly, it says its future here. That also with the in a some mistake or a wrong pattern, but it says the real story what will happen in future days. Likewise, the days happening now each and every sector there is computer become wiser and more intelligent than the human nowadays. That the same word the computer says in the story someday in the year of 1956. The words like the little computer knew then that computers would always grow wiser and more powerful. Here it says computer says about itself in like a story. Computer in one or the other day it grows like wiser or powerful, more perfect, more intelligent than human. That day it will not happen today, it won't happen tomorrow, but someday, one or the other day, until someday it will happen. Computer become more wiser, more powerful than anybody else. This is the word of computer. It says in the form of news story. Unknowingly it happens. These all process belongs to a short story. Short story finishes by telling the someday. This is the short story which is related to science. Also, it is a futuristic short story written by Isaac Asimov. If you like my English analyze, please let me know in the comment box. Also, hit like button and subscribe my channel. Thank you one and all.